Hello Michelle, how are you darling? I'll be starting very soon. Just getting my laptop up and ready. Okay, looks like we've got a couple of people on, so I will start now. So welcome everyone to Inspired Art Journaling. I'm Linda Pearson and welcome to Watch Me Work Wednesday. Like everyone else, I got on the bandwagon with some Dina Wakley. I didn't buy all of it. I tend to be really restrictive with what I purchase these days because I've just got a plethora of stuff that I haven't actually used. But I did buy, this is my very first round stencil that I purchased from her. I wasn't real sure about them, so we'll see. I think it's good for doing little bits and pieces, but yeah, so anyway, I thought I would give it a go and just see what we've got there. Now I've got a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing. Oh good, so we've got, hi Nikki, how are you? Zoe. Okay, all right, so that's fine, Michelle. Right, let's get going. So before I start on that, I might just sort of show you something just to make you aware. I've been doing the Seek, Gather and Create challenge. They occur twice a year, and I've been really slack with my postings of late because I don't know, I suppose I'm like everyone else. You've had these times when your creativity just is really hard to get going sometimes, and I have been feeling like that for the last couple of weeks. But you know, I think I'm slowly getting back to it. Lots of things going on in my life at the moment, so I need to sort of prioritize what I'm doing. And so, but I do love doing, you know, the ATCs and all that sort of thing, and you see me sort of talk about them. But the Seek, Gather and Create is a 4-week challenge, happens twice a year in February and in August. And I did it last year and I really, really like it because they give you, and I meant to print out one, but they give you 4 items that you need to collect or seek or gather, and then you create with them. And so I just thought I'd just show you what I've done so far. This is the first week. The first week was all about dark blue, a key, and something rusty, and some wings. So, oh, sorry, I haven't got that sort of. Yours is missing in action too, yeah. I think it happens to all of us every now and then, and so I've got all these ideas brimming in my head, but it's getting in and doing it, you know, so sometimes I need to just step out of my own way. But anyway, yeah, so something rusty. So last year I did a Set Apter week's course, Gather and Found, and we rusted everything in sight. So this challenge was really good for me because I got fabric rusted, I've got a doily rusted there, the keys rusted, and some rusted buttons. So that was the first week. I enjoyed doing that one. This was the second week. This was about a playing card, something yellow, a hidden message, and a skull. So I had a skull stencil from Dusty Attic that I use. The playing card is a Jean-Michel Basquiat set of playing cards I've got. He's a graffiti artist from the 60s, and I wouldn't say I'm in love with his work, but you know, I just found him a very interesting artist. And the hidden message here on this playing card is a quote from Jean-Michel. It just says, life is short, play hard. Which he really did, because like most of the ones in the 60s, was he actually died of an overdose at the age of 29, just when he was becoming famous and really making a mark. But also in his artwork, the crown is a recurring feature of his artwork, and so I just cut a crown out of the playing cards. So I really made use of the playing cards there, and yeah. And this is this week. This is the current week. This week we had to do something tall, so I've got trees in the background there. Something tall, watercolours, so I've used my Lindy's in the background, the blues and the green, and some gold fleck. I don't know if you can see that, you probably won't see it, but I've put a glittery gold along the bottom there and on the mushroom and on her wings for that part, and then you had to include some wings somehow. So that's week 3, and then there'll be one for next week. And yeah, so I thought I'd just share that with you. So it is something worth looking at if you're just wanting to, you know, sometimes just create. And, you know, I feel like I've really needed things like that. That's why I'm doing the full deck challenge as well, the playing card challenge by Shinuki Art, I think it is. I'm just needing things where I don't have to think too much about it, and, you know, because I'm always thinking, coming up with new ideas with, you know, classes, online classes, etc., which I have done the class for March, and I really love it. You'll get a sneak peek of that on Friday if you come back to this Facebook page on Friday night, I think it is. Yeah, so you'll get to see a sneak peek of what March's class is going to be about. So that's been really exciting. All right, so let's get back to this. So like I say, I have purchased a few items from the Dina Wakley new release. I did also purchase the collage paper, because I quite like collage paper, but I've chosen not to use it tonight because I'm using the moons. So I've just selected another piece from her collage papers, because I just wanted something. These are all circles, okay, the moons are all circles, etc., and also that is circles, but I just sort of wanted something else. So I don't know, I think that's what I'll do. Now, everyone's really getting so excited about this, the ledger that she's got, the ledger journal that she's got. I'm still waiting for mine to come through, and that's okay. But, you know, everyone's using it and that kind of thing, so I hope it lives up to the hype when I do eventually get mine. But what I decided to do while I was waiting, a few years ago she released 2 sets of these typed ledgers, and these are all quotes that you can cut up and stick on your work. But I've never, of course, they've just sat in my drawer and I've never used them, and I thought, and anyone that knows, who's familiar with my work, knows I love making up my own little journals. And I thought, well, while I'm waiting, I will make up my own little ledger journal. So that's what I've got here, and that's what I'm going to work on in tonight. So the idea is I am going to do some collaging and all that kind of thing. I'm actually going to do a couple of cutout pieces. So those ladies who like to follow Art Journal Love, or Claire Stead, knows that she is a profound cutter-outerer. And so I'm going to be doing some of that too. I have stamped all of the images from the moon stamp set, so I've got all of those there, and I'll do something with them, and I've got the words as well. So my idea is that I'll be kind of doing a few pages, but I won't be doing an awful lot on each one. So this is the first page that I will be working on, and so my idea is that this page here will have a couple of cutouts on it. So the idea is that there'll be a couple of moons here placed, so, and there'll be a couple little holes in it, so when you turn it over, you'll see the moons underneath that, and then there'll be some more moons on this side. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm thinking that I will do, and yeah, so we'll see how we go. I did start playing yesterday, and I wasn't real in. Oh, hello Robin, how are you? Hope you're feeling well. I know you haven't been well, so I hope you're getting better. Yeah, so I started playing with these yesterday. These are the Dina Wakley, what do you call these? Tags. Sorry, tags, but you can buy them in all different sizes, and I think I bought the largest size, I can't remember, but they do come in various sizes. And again, you know, like everything else, I had them sitting here, and so I started to play, because really what I was doing was the backgrounds, and I was playing with the STENCIL and some Lindy's, and I was sprinkling Lindy's onto the STENCIL here, wetting it, and then pouncing it down onto there. So that's the that page there, and then the cast off I put over onto, oh no, this one here I put onto here. So some interesting designs on there. I have to admit, by the time I finished one, I got a little bit bored and decided to not do any more that day. So I will finish these off, but I just thought I'd show you. They made beautiful backgrounds with all of these. So I've gone through and I have put some stenciling on them, but that's the only one I got finished, and I'm not real keen on it. But anyway, so I'll probably make a little booklet out of it or something, but I will show you that later. Anyway, I digress. So I'm going to do a slightly different way tonight with the Lindy's. I'm going to use Lindy's again, and I just sort of felt that I haven't done much Lindy's in a while, and I really felt I needed to, because I just love working with them, and like I'm saying that I'm feeling a little bit, you know, I've lost my mojo, all that kind of thing. That's why I started doing those tags yesterday, is because I just wanted to sit down and play without thinking about, you know, classes or ATCs or anything like that. I just wanted to sort of throw some stuff down on the page, and that's how they come about. So that's why I wasn't worried about not getting them finished. Alright, I'm just ripping up a few pieces here. I don't know how much I'll use. I just want to thank you for joining me tonight. I know it can be, oh dear, ripped it up a bit more than I wanted to, but that's okay. You know, I think sometimes we just get overawed with all of the, you know, we get everyone's got new releases and all of this, and everyone's doing things, and you know, I think it gets a little bit I get overawed by it sometimes. I'm sure other people do. And but anyway, we'll get by. So don't know if I use all of those pieces, but we'll just start. Oh, not tearing terribly well tonight, or is it just me? Anyway, get my matte medium out. So I hope everyone is well. I know Robin's not well, but I hope everyone is doing well. And is anyone else having mojo problems? Creative mojo problems. Now, if you haven't seen, I often do these where I create my own journals. I do it a lot, and if you're new to this page and you would like to know how I do it, if you go back and have a look in the videos under the video tab up the top, I think it might be media or something, just depends on your device. You will see there'll be some videos in there, and you'll be able to sort of see see what I've done and how I do it. I just use double-sided tape. It's not my invention. It's been around for a long, long time. I believe that, what's that woman's name in America? She does the creative, I've forgotten what her name is. But yeah, I saw her doing it. Oops, that's that noisy one. Let's get that. I just want to dry this off so I can turn the page, because I want to do it on the other side as well. There are some lovely quotes on here, but it's just something, the problem is that these things sit in my drawer and I forget about them. And I reckon I've had them for 2 to 3 years. I don't know when she bought them out, but it was a couple of years ago, I'm sure. But anyway, I'm using them tonight. And because I've got both sets, I thought, oh, make a booklet out of it, because I've still got plenty left. And they're all sorts of quotes on them, so you'll find something that you like. Put that there. No rhyme or reason about how I'm putting these on. So is anybody creating while I'm doing this, or you just having a relax? You're putting on my I'm putting on the matte medium with, sorry, I'm a bit out of sorts for some reason, matte medium with a silicone brush rather than a silicone tool rather than a brush. And I like it because it's good for flattening out the paper that you're working on, and also you can spread it and spread it off so that you don't use too much. So that's what I like about using the silicone tool for putting on mixed media. Okay, so I could have used just a stamp or a stencil to put the grids on, but I thought, well, I'm doing Dina Wakely, why not use some of her products? I don't know what's wrong with this there. Seems to go into low mode. So do any of you own the ledger journal that she's put out recently? Mine's coming hopefully soon. And has anyone used it? I'm interested to see what kind of paper it is, because this paper is very thin, but that's what's one single sheet, but that's a double sheet. So by the time you put your double-sided tape on it. Oh, hi Karen, how are you, lovely? Haven't seen you for a while. You're relaxing, watching me create. Oh, well, I hope it's inspiring for you, darling. All right, so I could put a lot of Dina Wakely paint on here, but no, I'm in a Lindy's mood again. Now, what Lindy's mood? Let me just think here. I might go with, I know these are the under the sea one, under the sea. I know it's under the sea and this is moons, but I'm going to go with this anyway. What I've got with me tonight, so I'm going to do it this way. Tonight I've got some transparency left over, And I'm going to do the sort of sprinkle and spritz type thing on here, and then just put the paint over onto the board. So let's see how we go. Love my Lindy's, can't get enough of Lindy's. And I like these little, have I got in, yep. Hello, how have you been, Karen? You been good, darling? So that's the blue one, I'll put that there. Something that will go nicely with the blue. Let's grab the tealy one. So I'll do the blues and teals first, and then I will go on to the different colours. So you can see there that I've just sprayed a little bit of, I'll try and bring that up. You can see there's not much on there, but with Lindy's, a little goes a long way. So the old water bottle, I'll just get that out the way, and the Lindy's will start to activate. I always put too much water on, can't help myself. Okay, so you can see what's happened to the Lindy's there. I should put some, so I'm just going to turn that over, do a bit of a squishy. Because I'm working on a couple of pages, it's going to be a little bit cumbersome, because I'll just get some paper to put down dead there. Alright, so you can sort of see that that's there. I'm not going to touch it any more than that. So normally I would kind of let it dry off, but because I want to do the double pages, I've got to try and dry this off a little bit. I'm just holding that up to spread that paint around a bit. I just love this kind of playing around with Lindy's. Is there anyone who doesn't have any Lindy's who are watching, or who haven't played with Lindy's? Because I tell you, you're missing out. You really are missing out. What I'm doing, I'm just off camera here. I'll just bring that in a bit. Okay, I'm trying to just bring that over for you. So what I've done is I'm sopping up some of that Lindy's that's on the transparency, and I'm just going to sopping it all up, get a bit more water. Okay, you can do whatever you like. Now I normally wouldn't do this, but because I want to work a bit faster than what I'm working here, I am just going to sop up some of that left over there, only because I just want to turn the page so I can do a little bit more over here. So I'll get the same colours out again. Am I still in camera there? I'll just bring all this over, because I brought the camera down so that you can sort of see what I'm doing. It just restricts my, why does that keep coming off? I've used this particular set so much that I'm now starting to get a little bit empty. I'm not putting so much blue on that one. I'm going to put more of the teal on it. Nikki, you know, that's been my motto the last couple of years, because, you know, I mean, life's very tough, and we can't keep buying all these things and not using them. And I've made a very conscious decision over the last couple of years that I'm going to start using all these bits. You know, I have spent a fortune on sorry, can't talk and do this at the same time. I've spent a fortune on product, and I've got drawers and drawers and drawers, as you all do, I'm sure you all do, full of all this stuff that's brand new and hasn't been used. And I'm fairly sure my coffin's not going to be big enough to take it all with me, so I need to start doing stuff with it and getting it done. I'm just going to, again, normally I wouldn't do all this kind of stuff, but because you do get some good effects if you just let it dry itself. But I want to show you these techniques, and now I'm just having a look here. I'm going to grab one of these that I did yesterday because I've got a whole lot of stuff there to soak up. Beautiful. It's probably not showing up on the screen. It's not showing up on my screen, but there's lots of glitter. Okay, so this is very, very, very shiny. These are all shimmer. They're all shimmery, these ones. Now, I've got all of this. I'm just going to move this out the way for the moment. And I am going to, can you see, I haven't actually, this time I haven't laid the whole thing down. I am just spots, and this is over what I had done yesterday. Now I'm just going to let that go. I'm not going to dry that off because I want that to dry. Some of that's going to dry light and some of it's going to dry more intensely. That's what I want. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry, and we'll have a look at that a bit later. I just love playing with Lindy's. You can do all sorts of stuff, and you know, to me, Lindy's 9 times out of 10 is my watercolor. If I'm watercoloring, like I showed you before on my book for the Seek, Gather, Create, it asks for watercolors, so I automatically go to my Lindy's because that's, to me, is watercolors. Okay, it is still a bit damp, but that's okay. I might just give it another little bit of a blast because when I was doing some of that yesterday, it did move a little bit, so that told me that it wasn't dry. What my grandmother used to say. Yes, I know that. We keep the good glassware and all that sort of thing. Well, why? Why do we keep the good glassware for good times? Today is the good time, okay? The fact that you woke up breathing, that's a good time. All right, so this time I'm going to be using the Jellyfish Sting Pink. So a little bit, says she. It is an intense colour, so I will just stick to a little bit. And I might go with the apricot-y one. Let's see how we go. I could have done purple. I love the Under the Sea range. I noticed Nat's only got a little bit, she's only got one set left now. I just love how these colours just explode. Have a look at that. Oh my Gosh, I hope you can see that. Beautiful. There's yellow, there's pinks, there's all sorts of things. Okay. And so where it's going over the bluey colour, it's turning purple. Okay, doing its own colour mixing job. There's a bit of yellow there. The yellow might go a bit brownish because it's... But there we go. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to leave it. I'll bring it up properly when it's dry, and I've finished that. I'll bring it up. And I will show you another little technique I like to do too with the Lindy's quite often. I have to be careful because this is thin paper. Now I don't know what the new journal is like. I believe it is a slightly better, quality, thickness I mean. So it would take a lot more of this. I do have to be careful and just hope it doesn't fall apart. The book doesn't fall apart. So let me just bring that up a little bit so you can sort of see it. Unfortunately, you just don't get to see. I'm just waiting for the camera to catch up. There we go. Let's move that over a little bit. It's like 20 seconds. You don't realise how 20 seconds is so long when you're waiting for your camera to catch up. But you can sort of see, unfortunately, I don't think you're going to see, you can see a little bit of silvery colour. They're a silvery shimmer. But anyway, it looks gorgeous. So going over to this page now. I actually think I might grab a bit of purple on this one. I've just emptied out the rest of it onto there. So this time I am just going to go with a little bit of purple. And this is a silver. Manta Ray grey, and oh man, it's got some. You should always shake them up too, just to loosen all the bits up. Whoops. This one, it's very silvery, but it's amazing what it does. Okay, now you do have to, if you're not familiar with the, you do have to activate. Okay, so if it goes on your page and it won't activate, it'll just stay like that. Look. Okay, awesome. So that's going to have a slightly different look to the page previous, which is good. That's what we want. Clean that up a little bit. Just going to soak up a little bit, and then when this one's dried off, I'll show you that other technique I was talking about that I think is effective too. Any comments? I hope I'm not missing any comments. So girls, if I do miss your comment or a question, if you ask, I will go through them at the end of the video and answer anything that you say, ask. It's a bit hard to sort of see it with, there we go, you can So I'm pushing back the collage paper. Okay, so that's going back a bit. So what I'm going to do is pretty much do my backgrounds before I start cutting out any shapes, okay? I can always add a little bit of stamping in that later, but I want to get the bulk of it done today, this part. Okay, so that's pretty dry, it's pretty hot. Whew, very hot. Okay, something that I often do too is, now off camera here I've got my bucket of water that I put my brushes in. I'm just dipping my fingers into the top of it, it's the clean water, and what I'm going to do is just do flick. Don't want to flick too much. I'm going to get a clean piece of paper towel, because what that will do, it depends on, you've got to time it right. So if I've timed this right, it means I'm going to end up with some splotches on here. So we'll see how we go. It's just, okay, yep, it's worked. Certainly worked on this side. Alright, so I'll wait for the camera to come up. Okay, so can you sort of see there's some splotches? So what I've done is, by putting the water on and then sopping it up, I've removed some of the Lindy's, but you've got to get it at the right time. So because Lindy's is pretty permanent once it dries, but if it's still fairly new to drying, you should be able to lift some of that up. So that's just another little technique that you can use to add some interest and texture to your page. Alright, let's turn it around that way. I just want to turn it over because otherwise you can't see the book very well. Alright, okay. Okay. Alright, so I've got that there. Something else that I got out to today, I thought, let's have a look at, what I've got here. I love my washi tapes. Now, these I do believe are Dina Wakley. They're different to the All and Create because these have a plastic spool, whereas All and Create have a cardboard spool. That is definitely a Dina Wakley faces on that one there. And I think I bought it in like a set of 6 or something. But anyway, if it's not Dina Wakley, it certainly is Diane Reevely, because I know I've bought them too. But I thought I might add a couple of these. It just depends on what backgrounds I've got. I could use that one. And where's the other page? Yeah, and I probably could use that one as well. This one's got all sorts of colours. It goes from yellows to red. So I think I might use those too. Let me think, will I use them now or later? Let me have a bit of a think about what I was going to do with that. I think I might put them on later, so that is something that I will be using a bit later on. So I'll just move those out of the way for the minute. You put them aside in case I'm not using them now. Take that off just in case. Just forgive me while I just wipe this down because there'll be Lindy's everywhere, and if I get wet it's going to go all over. You'll see by the baby wipe just how much Lindy's there is still on the desk. Yeah, so you can see. And look, don't worry about your fingers. You probably should wear gloves, I suppose, if you're worried about it. But if I wash my hair with conditioner tomorrow, that will all come off. Alright, there you go. Okay, so let's bring this back. So I'm quite liking this now. I mean, I can just imagine what the new Ledger one is going to be like, because it'll be a bit more interesting than than the typed words, but I like the fact that there is text coming through. So whatever I do to this, there will always be that text coming through. You know, sometimes it's more than others. So yeah, and I love that vintage sticky tape. Anyway, I'm not a real vintage girl, but I do like some of those things. Okay, so I'll grab out the stencil. Now I will be doing some stenciling on this, but I'll do it the old-fashioned way. And grab just going to dip that into, I tend to use my gesso. I have got white paint, but I like this gesso. It's very bright white, it's thick and creamy. And so I am just randomly, I'll just make sure I'm in camera, okay, and I don't want it too much. Can you sort of see a little bit there? I'll bring it up in a moment. Seems a shame to cover up all of the Lindy's, but you can always add more on later if you're worried. I'm still not sure about how I feel about these circular ones. I mean, I think they're great, you know, because I do a lot of ATCs. I thought maybe might be handy to have for that. I don't think I'll go out and buy all of them, but you know, it's always, you've got to try these things. Alright, don't know if you can see, it's not very strong, and I don't want it to be very strong, but it's just adding a different layer, and you can sort of see it there. It's just very subtle. Oh, I love it. Okay, just a little bit subtle, so you can see the lines behind, and then we've got the subtlety of that. So I will do some more on this side. Try and do it in different format. I'll do it so that it does have that round bit there. Make it blend in with the moons, I suppose. And put some down in the corners. So I'm taking a bit of a different approach with this side. Okay, and so I'm just making sure that the shape is a little bit different on each side each time I do it. And just a little bit up in the corner there. Alright, so let's see. Some of it's a bit, so that's that. Okay. Oh, I can't help it, sorry, I just can't stand that corner not having something. There we go. I'm happy now. Yep. I'm loving this. I really am loving it. It's just amazing when you don't have a real big plan in, you know, have some thoughts on it, but not overthinking the whole thing. All right. Okay, just dry that up a tiddly bit. Honestly, the videos don't do these pages justice sometimes, because you just can't see the vibrancy of that. Alright, now let's have a bit of a think. I want to put some stamping on. Maybe I'll do different ones. Okay. No. Let's see. Sorry, I've got my little box of, these are my, you know, my go-to ones. They're getting bigger and bigger each time because I keep getting new ones. Ooh, that one's got circles on it as well. Maybe I'll use that. No. Overthinking it, Linda. Please stop, stop, stop. Yep, I'll do that. We'll be doing splatters and all sorts of things. So these are two Seth Apter ones, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if that's a Seth Apter. It would be Paper Artsy, but I don't know if it's Seth Apter or not. This one is, it actually has a little bit of wording there, that not that you can really read it. It's got a couple of crosses on it with some lines. So I kind of like the idea of that with the lines there. And this one, the lines are going the opposite way, so I'll do that on the other page, okay? And it's got some little circly bits. Now, I will go with my watering can. These days I seem to be doing a lot of stamping with grey rather than black. Because the reason I'm doing it, it's just a more subtle imprint, so it doesn't take over. Oh, I can never line things up. It's a problem when you're using lines. I probably need to put some more ink in this. Do a bit of ghosting with it too, so that you get some light imprint. Okay. Alright. Alright, that'll do for that one. This page, I don't think if I've used it, I've only used it once, but anyway, so we'll see how that goes. So the lines are going down on this one, which won't be too much of a problem because the other lines are grid, so they're not really competing too much. All right. So I'll just bring that up for you to have a bit of a look at before I dry it off. Okay. Just want to make sure that it has dried. So I like it because it's putting marks on there, but they're more subtle than doing it in black. You can see the black on the tissue paper. Just dry this one off, bring it up so you can have a bit of a look at it. Okay, looking good, looking good, looking good. All right, I think we might be at a stage where I'm going to do some cutting. Now, I'm going to be using my blade there. I'll get rid of those two. Now I have one of these things that I draw my circles with. I'll probably do the 2.5. The moons themselves measure 2 inches or 5 centimeters, whereas this circle is 2.5. And then for the little one, I'll do that size there, which I think is 1.5 inches. Unfortunately, this is in inches. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I shall get a pencil. Excuse me for reaching across. Okay, so I'm going to put this one up here. So I just want to bring it in. Pencil I pick up, so no lead. So I just want to leave a little bit of a border there between the circle and that, and the same up there. I'm not measuring or doing anything like that. I'm just going to do the circle there. Then the little one I will do there. Oops. Okay, so I've done that nice and tight, hard, so I can see it. Okay, I need a little cutting board. Actually, I might go with this one. This one's a little bit too small. Okay, so we shall start cutting. Let me just make sure I'm in camera. I've used this is the Fiskars, Fiskars knife. It's a beautiful knife. I have a lot of arthritis in my fingers. That's getting worse and worse each day, and I just find this a better grip for my arthritic fingers. And I am cutting. Now don't you move and turn your book. Don't you contort your body. Just take it easy. Your knife has to be sharp. And look, honestly, if you like the idea of cutting these things, doing cutout pages, you really need to have a look at Claire Stead. She has a 11-week or 12-week course where the small craft diary, the Dina Wakley craft journal book, you complete that. I'll show you. I'll grab mine and show you. It's absolutely amazing. You know, I mean, like everyone, we're all scared to cut into our pages, but honestly, she just makes it so easy. And I was cutting pages left, right and centre in her book, and plus I did it in a journal of my own, and I just become obsessed. Now we'll see how this goes, because remember, I have made this journal, and in between these two layers is double-sided tape. So we'll just see how well it takes. Am I still on camera? Yep. It takes the punishment that I've been giving it. Alright, okay. Alright, ta-da, there you go. We've got, I'll just tidy that up a little bit. Just do little bits at a time and you'll be fine. So now I've got two little, it's going to bug me until I get that cover. I always do my covers last because I'm such a messy painter. You can see how messed up that is. So I always do the covers last so that I can keep it nice. So let's see. So that's what's going to happen. Alright, and you're going to see that's going to be underneath there. Here's another one. And there's going to be one of those underneath there as well. Okay, so you get the gist of what I'm doing there. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm going to leave that for the moment because, and now I'd never throw anything like this away. So you can sort of see it's still all glued together and all that sort of thing, so that's good. I never throw these things away, okay? I've still got a lot from the Claire's course that I did, but I always keep them because they're great for ATCs, you know, that kind of stuff. Now look, I think I will go back to, although I think I might do flat. Sorry, we'll get rid of that. I might go to oh, they're not flat, are they? Sorry, I'm having a bit of a think here. trying to decide. I want a little bit of colour on the moons, but I don't want to do too much. They are shimmery. I wasn't going to go shimmery, but anyway, that'll do. I am going to, this is from the new, newish, I don't know how new it is, but they're new in this bottle. It's the Drink Me Silly set. I know Nats should still have them. I thought I saw it the other day. Yeah, so the Drink Me Silly set, and this is the Blue Hawaiian blue. So what I'm going to do is dip a bit of that into there. Not too much because I haven't got much to do. And that's an apricot-y one. What's that? Fuzzy Navel Peach. Of course it is. First thing you need to do is always put the lid back on your blade. Put that away so no one hurts himself. Okay, bottle of water. Look at that blue. Oh my goodness. Okay, a blue and a peach. I might actually put a bit more water in the blue because it's looking, I'll put in both of them actually. I just want to dilute them down a bit because I don't want, I'll leave that out just in case I decide to do, I've decided to do 3 colours, so we might go with a green. What's that? My Mojito Green. Ooh. Don't mind me a mojito. Could do with one right now. Would be nice. Oh, come on. Come on. Sorry guys, just let me get this. Oh, don't shake it with the lid off. Honestly, sometimes I worry about my intelligence. Okay. Do you people do silly things like I do? I'll have to tell you about a silly thing I did today. What was I doing? Oh, when I was doing my Seek, Gather, Create. It wanted glittery gold. So I got out my Art by Marlene gold, the gold glittery paint that she has. And it wasn't coming out, and I squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. Next minute the lid blew off. It all went down onto my book. In fact, I'll show you. You can see here, can you see all the gold in there? That is all gold. My book all stuck together. I had to unstick it. I had gold from everywhere, on the top, everywhere. So wasn't very happy with that. But anyway. I've only got a third of a bottle left now because the other 2/3 went onto the desk. Anyway, I'm sure we've all had those kinds of accidents. Let's give these a little bit of a stir. Have I lost anyone yet? Yeah, I've lost a couple, but that's okay. Now, I am just going to very lightly poke some paint on here. I don't want too much. How many have I got? Oh, I've only got 5. Alright. I'll do, oh no, that's right, I've got 6. So I was going to do 2 of each. Most times I prefer to do my, colour my paper first, but not always. Oops. I might do this one green, because here's the green that will go on in the little hole. And I'll do another big one. Bit of pink on there somewhere. And quite often I would do my stamping in embossing powder, and then it just makes for a nice shape to texture to this. There are actually some nice detail, you know, you think, oh, moons, you know, don't get too excited about the moons, but there are some nice details on these stamps when you get and look at them closely. Now, if you have got any of the little metal round discs that Dina put out, I don't know, last year sometime, or it could have been a couple of years ago, they are perfect for those as well. You can go onto Dina's website, her community page, and she'll show you where she did the demos. This is not watercolour paper, so it is crinkling up a little bit. Oh, that's okay, I don't mind. I can get past that. They're going to be glued down. Okay, look at all that. Lindy's all wasted. Anyway, that's not wasted. I will put that onto other paper. I'll put it on watercolour paper, and then I've got some nice backgrounds for ATCs or whatever I'm doing. Okie dokie, so I'll just sort of swish that round. I don't mind how it's, whether it's all the one colour or some's got more colour than others. That kind of thing doesn't bother me at all. How are we going, guys? Lost anyone? Have I lost you? You've fallen asleep? Actually, the blue looks really nice. I should show you my new Fandangle thing that I've got. Can you... I'll just wait till the camera catches up. Now, I don't know, can you see those little, the white discs on there? That's the condensation from this. I bought this little neat little thing. It's a silicone mat, and I usually dry my stuff on here, and it avoids that condensation happening, and it dries so much quicker because the air is pushing all the way through. So it's not, and because that's sometimes why it takes a long time to dry, because there's that wetness behind it. And admittedly, I have put a lot of water on this, so it is going to take a little while to dry, but this is a magic little thing. I'm so glad I purchased it. Now I can feel that's dry. Now I just got it from Kmart. Okay, it stands up off the ground. It's got little spikes on it, and it stands up. Now, the crazy thing about it is it's a sink protector. I don't know why I would want that. I don't know. I don't use a sink protector. I'm not quite sure why you would use it, because to me it's not. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, $5 from Kmart. Oops. $5 from Kmart. But you're looking for a sink protector. It's not necessary, but to me, I have used it like 20 times today. It is so cool. This is taking a while because it is thickish card and I have put a lot of water on here. But when you're just generally drying something off, like texture paste, dries a lot quicker when I use this and I'm trying to dry it off a bit. But yeah, so worth the $5 from Kmart. Okie dokie. Now, I am thinking, yeah, okay. And the little one, I'll have to use the grey one for that. Okay, right, just thinking in my head here, where is my scissors? Here they are. Okay, so I'm going to use the blue one. Oh, no, I don't think I will be now. Hang on, I'm supposed to put the line around and see how I go. Did I mess it up? Oh, I've messed it up. Alright, I'll just use this one. That's okay. That's alright. Okay. Oh dear. The idea was to go around that. Anyway, that's all good. Just I wanted a bit of a border so that it had, of course I haven't done it very evenly, which is not very good. I'm going to, actually I'll trim that down a bit because it's just wanting to leave a little bit of a border edge on it. I was going to leave a bigger one, but that's okay. So I've got that blue, so let's have a look. That is just the same size. That one's a bit bigger. It's going to be too big, but anyway, I shall work around it. Alrighty, so we've got two little maroons. There it is. Stick with the grey because that's what I've been using. Awesome. Okay, so I just want to make sure, oh, that's something I want to do too before I go any further. Probably should use a smaller one, but we'll see how we go. I can still feel it's a bit moist inside. So it's going to be an overnight job to for that to dry off completely. So I just have to be a little bit careful that I don't rip anything. Love it, love it, love it, love it. While I'm here, I might do all the edges. Sorry if I'm lost camera. And this side. Yes, I think it's a cute little book. You know, the pages aren't as thick as what you might be used to with your dilutions, diaries, etc. But I've thrown a lot of water at this tonight and it's holding up quite nicely, so I'm pretty chuffed. Okay, where are my two little guys? Here and here. Actually, no, I was going to stick that one there. Yeah, okay. Alright. Stick him on that one there. Okay. Glue. Let's get some glue. I'll do this lot first, then I'll cut out a couple more to do the other side. And look, I'm not going to do much more to this, so I'll just make sure he's in the middle there. Hold that around. And there's another little fella. So yeah, I'll have to put him there because that's the blue one. Whoops, lots of glue on that one. Nope. Get rid of the glue. And look, you can do this kind of thing with any stamps that you've got. Doesn't have to be these particular ones. So I'm going to cut out this guy because he needs to go on that side. So I'm just going to do a small. I won't. Seeing I've made a boo-boo before, and I'll just stick with what I did before. And I might go with, that's the green. What do I want, him or him? Oh, I might go with this one. So I've got a couple of extras. I could, I don't know, maybe do another page another time. Bit rough and ready that was, but anyway, that's okay. Okie dokie, so this guy. Oops. Put him there. And this one goes up here. Beautiful. Alright, get rid of some of that rubbish. Put that aside because I'll probably do another page later with those. So let's grab my pencil. I'll do this one because it's probably drier. You see, I'm holding my pen up because I don't care if it's wibbly wobbly. In fact, I will do some wibblies on it. So it just helps you to be looser with your pen the further up you hold it. So do a couple of little lines going that way. I mean, camera, sorry, forget to look up sometimes. It's more important when I'm got such a small screen shot for you that I keep an eye on that I'm in. Now I'm going to oh, I'm very wibbly wobbly with this. That's okay. That's okay. Turn it over and do the same on this side. Okay, so I need to do the border here. Sorry, I can't draw lines and talk at the same time. Alright. Okay. So that, I'm thinking that is looking pretty good. Just get all of that out the way so you can't see it. I'm just going to grab my big scissors and I'm going to cut up my, how are you going for time? Alright, good, good, good. I'm nearly finished. I'm going to use this one. Now I'll probably end up cutting it into pieces. These are sayings from the stamp itself, so I'm just using them. All right. Sometimes you need to sit sometimes you need to sit. Okay, what I might do is chop that up, because I'll put that there. You need to put that on that page. Sit in the darkness to find the light. How about that? Happy with that? Let's just... So we're nearly finished, guys. I'll have you in bed by 9-ish. You need to sit, I might put that extra. Sit in the darkness to find the light. How about that? Just get rid of that excess glue. Beautiful. We'll leave that there for now. Okay. Ooh. Oops. When you look, alright, let me see. When you let me just put the look. When you look, I've got the stamp to go off. When you look at the what have I done? Oh, when you look at the moon, oh, there you go. When you look at the moon, know that I am looking at it too. Okay, that'll do for that. Okay. When you look at the moon, are you still there, or have I lost you all? No. I am looking at it too. Alright, I will go around the wording with a border, but I'll do that off camera. I think you've seen me enough. Okay, so let me just have a look, just recap on what we've done. Started off doing some Lindy's using the Dina Wakley quote pages. Made my own little journal. Put some Lindy's on the background there with using a transparency, and her new stamps, all with Lindy's. The collage paper as well, and then cutting out some pages and adding the quotes. So I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I hope it's inspired you to have a go at doing a little bit of cutout. You don't have to do much, and yeah, see how you go. I'd love to see what you do. Please put up anything, if you're inspired by what I'm showing you here and you do up a little page yourself, have a bit of a play, I'd love for you to share it on the page as well, because other people are inspired by you also. So I will finish that off, take some pictures and put it on to the Facebook page, and I want to thank you for joining me, and I look forward to playing with it again soon. Okay, thanks guys, bye bye, have a good night.